Getting lean in your 40s is not a complicated process. But while the process is simple, that doesn't mean it's easy, at least at first. I'm gonna show you my 5-step framework that I've used for the last 10 years that will be your guide and make this process much easier. But before we jump into the framework, you need to avoid this huge mistake that derailed me for years. Don't compare yourself to others. This will literally make it impossible for you to ever be satisfied with what you achieve, no matter how impressive your transformation, because there will always be someone more shredded, bigger, and more aesthetic, leaving you not appreciating what you've accomplished. Just focus on being the best you and embrace the build of your body, because you are perfectly and wonderfully made. Now that we've covered that, let's get started. Losing fat and losing weight are not the same. You can lose weight but actually harm yourself by losing muscle in the process. This is usually done by trying to lose weight too quickly, also known as fad diets. People are obsessed with immediate gratification, but that's not how actual sustainable things work. You want to keep as much lean muscle mass as possible. It's the engine of your metabolism, and it makes it much easier to stay in shape moving forward. In fact, it's so important. If you don't have a lot of muscle currently, I would spend a few months focusing on building muscle first. In order to lose fat, you need to be in a calorie deficit. This means you're eating less calories than you burn in a day. But a bigger deficit is not better. You want to eat as much as you can while still losing fat. In order to do this, you need to do a calorie audit and budget. Think of your bank account. If you don't know how much money is coming in and going out, how can you ever prepare for monthly expenses and big purchases or even retirement? This causes a lot of stress and anxiety, but once you know the main necessities are covered, it shows you what you have left to freely enjoy. Having excess fat on your body is like overspending on your financial budget. It's the debt from eating too many calories for too long. The only way you get out of this debt is by getting a grip on your calorie spending and getting to work via workouts. The bigger the debt, the longer it takes to pay off, but it's always worth it, and it's certainly better than the alternative. For the calorie audit, you need to track your calorie intake. I'm gonna be honest, if you're like me, you won't like tracking, but you need to do it for at least 2 weeks to a month using an app like MyFitnessPal. For those of you who are statistic freaks, you need to be careful of not taking tracking too far to an obsessive level. Tracking is very important as it will build an understanding of portion sizes and how many calories are in the foods you're eating and drinking, and will uncover where things are going wrong. It's important you pay attention during this process because it will help you eliminate tracking and give you the ability to just eyeball portions in the future. Trust me, this is going to make your life easier. Next is determining your caloric budget. Using a macro calculator will help you do this. Understand that calorie calculators are not exact. This will simply give you a starting point. Find the maintenance calories for your body and then subtract 250 to 500 calories. I'd always start on the low end first. That is going to be your calorie budget per day. You will then shift the amount up or down based on what your goal is and what results you're seeing. Of your total calories, you need to eat 0.8 to 1 gram of protein per pound of body weight. Here's what this looks like for a 5'10", 170 pound, 41-year-old male with a desk job, AKA me. All right, once we've put in our age, sex, height, and weight, you're gonna scroll on down to the goal section. We don't wanna choose lose weight or gain weight because we're gonna be able to control things better. So choose maintain current weight. Next, choose your activity level. We're not gonna be sedentary because we're gonna be doing some exercises, hopefully 3 to 5 per week. I choose lightly active. I suggest that you do too. This is going to be a good starting point and it won't overestimate and give you too high calories. Hit calculate and this gives you your maintenance calories. Down here, mine would be 2,313 and the macro breakdown. This is not what we're going to be using because we won't need to get into a calorie deficit. So we're going to take 2,313 calories minus 250 calories for the deficit, which leaves us with 2,063 calories. Now, one thing you need to note here is 1 gram of protein equals 4 calories. 1 gram of carbs equals 4 calories, but 1 gram of fat equals 9 calories. It's over double that of carbs and protein. That's how eating too many fats can sneak up on you and ruin things pretty fast. So we're going to leave the protein macro count at 173 because that's about 1 gram per pound of body weight, which is 694 calories. And then we need to figure out where the 250 calorie deficit is going to come from between the carbs and the fats. You can do it all from one. I'm going to try to do it between both of them. I know 62 grams of carbs is 250 calories. So I'm going to cut that in half and I'm going to subtract 30 grams of carbs, leaving me with 201 grams of carbs. 201 times 4 calories per gram of carbs equals 804 calories. So I have the 694 calories of protein plus 804 calories of carbs equals 1,498 calories. Subtract that from the 2,063 calories, leaving you with 565 calories. This is going to be the calories that go to the fats. So you take 565 divided by 9 because 1 gram of fat equals 9 calories, leaving you with 62 grams of fat. So now you know your macros for 2,063 calories is 173 grams protein, 201 grams carbs, 62 grams of fat. You can just repeat this process with your numbers, do that simple math, and you'll have your starting point. It's important to weigh yourself every morning when you wake up, after you've used the bathroom, and before eating or drinking anything. Expect each day to fluctuate due to water retention. At the end of the week, you will get the average from the daily weigh-ins, and that is what you'll use from week to week to determine if you're on track. You want to see the trend moving lower at about a half pound to 1 pound each week. However, when starting out, this can be more. A big portion will likely be changes in water retention as you change your eating habits, but should level out within a couple weeks. You will stick with the same calorie amount until you plateau or go below the half pound weight loss per week. Each time you plateau, you have 3 choices. You can cut another 250 to 500 calories from your nutrition, you can increase cardio to burn the extra calories, or you can do a combination of both. This is highly dependent on how sensitive your hunger signals are and how low your calories are. At first, it's probably fine to just cut the calories, but after a couple drops, you'll probably want to do a combination of cutting calories and increasing cardio. Just adding cardio is fine if you have the time. But if you understand how hard it is to do this consistently, the combo of cutting calories and increasing cardio is a far better choice. You probably feel like this right now. Don't worry, this is the hardest section. The rest gets easier. To help make your life easier, you need to meal prep. That can sound daunting, but over time, it actually becomes pretty simple and can save you time and money. The last thing you want to do is start eating boring, tasteless foods like boiled chicken and steamed broccoli all the time. Start by finding 3 to 5 meals that you enjoy and that meet your macro requirements. Doing extremes will cause you to fail. You want to find a middle ground where the meals are healthier, but you still enjoy and look forward to them. Here's a meal I eat for lunch most days. It packs easily for my on-the-go job, and it's really simple. It consists of a low-carb wrap, ground chicken that's pre-cooked, spinach, diced onions and bell peppers, and a choice of fat-free or light dressing or sauce. I typically go with the light dressing or sauce because even though it has a little bit more calories, it tastes a lot better, hence I enjoy it more. This is very easy, preps a week's worth of lunches, and only takes a hot second in the morning for me to put together to take to work. The best part about this meal is it's really easy to make it taste different without reinventing the wheel. Simply change out the ground chicken for 90% lean ground beef, or the veggies for your favorites, or just change the dressing to make it feel like a completely different meal. This eliminates the feeling of eating the same thing day after day. Variety is the spice of life. This is a quick one. You need to keep high-calorie garbage food out of the house. Don't kid yourself, you will eat it and it will destroy your progress. So identify your greatest weaknesses and throw them away. This doesn't mean you can't ever have them. You can fit in favorite treats on occasion, but don't go overboard. When you're done with it, throw the rest away. The better way to deal with this is to find substitutes for the things that you really enjoy. They won't taste just like it, but they will take the edge off. An example is I love chips, but chips are horrifically high in calories and messed me up for years. Instead, I replaced them with a 100-calorie bag of microwave popcorn. I get my salt fix, and it limits me to just 100 calories, and it's gone. I get something I enjoy and still hit my gains. Or losses, you know what I mean. People say nutrition is more important than working out, but I disagree to a point. It's true, you can't outwork a bad diet. Believe me, I've tried. But you can't get fit without working out. So go out and build some quality muscle. It will change your life. It's also you putting in the work. When you know 4 Oreos are 213 calories and you understand what it takes to burn that off, you look at them differently. I'm not gonna lie, working out can be hard when you get started. You're going to be sore and tired, but stick with it because it doesn't stay like that forever. Get through the first 30 days and you will hit a groove. Seeing and feeling progress will produce motivation to keep going. The other important thing is to find the style of workout you enjoy the most. If you like it, it's much easier to do consistently. Here's what you need to know. You need to do a form of resistance training. This can be lifting weights or bodyweight exercises. Reps are all about quality over quantity. Don't just go through the motions. Do 4 to 8 sets per muscle group for 8 to 15 reps each set. Shoot for 1 to 2 reps shy of failure. You don't need to spend hours on workouts. I try to keep mine between 30 and 45 minutes because I got a second job to do, this channel, a wife and family and friends I love hanging out with, and hobbies I enjoy. Ain't no one got time for 2-hour workouts. For cardio, you can keep it simple and walk. Start at 10,000 steps a day and gradually add more as needed, or find something else to enjoy. But keep it simple and move more. I highly recommend jump rope. I love it because it offers so many athletic benefits in addition to being an amazing calorie burner. There's also a ton of progression, so it keeps me excited to come back again and again. And I can do it virtually anywhere. Overall, make your workouts non-negotiable. You need to work out 4 to 6 times a week and resistance train for at least 3 of those days. If you miss a day, don't beat yourself up. No need to make up for it. Just get back on track as quickly as possible. We're playing the long game. Don't make outrageous goals. Fast, crazy transformations require insane dedication and strictness that's often not sustainable or healthy. This is the type of crap people do every January as a New Year's resolution. Since gradual weight loss is better, make your long-term goal 6 months to a year. You can make amazing progress in that amount of time, and it's long enough that it makes these new habits a permanent lifestyle change. Let's paint the picture of a proper goal. If you're currently at 25% body fat, don't shoot for 10% body fat. That's incredibly daunting and will take a long time leading to burnout. Instead, shoot for 20%. Once you reach 20, aim for 17, and then 15. Get wins under your belt. Actually hitting achievements increases confidence, lets you know that you're making progress, and keeps your spirits up for going to the next level. Genetics play a role in fitness, but they do not determine your limits. Plus, you may find 17% is plenty good for you. 15% body fat is a great target, and anything below that can get a lot more difficult for a lot of people. Above all, just aim to get 1% better every day. Living a good life while being fit isn't about perfection. If you can do everything I've discussed 75 to 80% of the time, you're going to be in better shape than 97% of people. It's all about consistency. And being consistent is a lot easier if you build easy habits to implement this framework. In this video, I show you 5 simple habits I use to make getting and staying lean a walk in the park.